about to ask me something crazy.
Nah, not yet. I'm not. I'm honestly, I'm smiling right now because it just when I look at your resume, your body of work, it's incredible. Like
Thank
how
you,
you've been
bro.
doing it from back in the day to now. You've been punching with the heavy hitters.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
For those who may not know, you know, you've worked with Shaoliiin, Ghostface, Method.
Yeah. The whole Wu-Tang Clan, you know what I mean?
That was that gritty style.
You know, Busta Rhymes, LL Cool J, Pharrell, you know, Timbaland. I've been in the studio, Justin Timberlake. I mean, all my favorite rappers, you know, a lot of people.
You just dropped that shit with Conway.
Conway, yeah, and this is like, you know, I'm shout out Conway and the whole Griselda, man. You know, obviously these guys are bringing that energy when no one else was, and I appreciate the love that they gave me. The first time I met Westside Gun, it was like we were already friends. Yo, Joe, just right off the rip. And I appreciate the fact that they showed me love. You know, they respected my work, and whatever I needed, they jumped for me, man. And I appreciate that. I appreciate it. It's a good feeling. That's how I know that what I've worked so hard for, you know, might not always have all the money in the world, but I got the respect. It doesn't matter if I bump into Kendrick Lamar. I mean, listen, I bumped into Xxxtentacion. All right, I told you that story.
Yeah,
and the first thing this kid said to me was, "Yo, I used to drive around raw people to you." And I'm looking at him like, what the hell is he talking about? He said, Grand Theft Auto. I said, oh my God.
Grand Theft Auto 3.
Grand Theft Auto 3. So this is, now look, at the time, he was just coming up. But make no mistake, I knew what he was, bro. You know what I mean? May he rest in peace. You know, shout out his moms and all that. But
it was just a quick instance.
It was quick. He was real quick.
Where'd you meet him?
I met him at Hot 97. Yeah.
I met him at
Hot 97. Yeah, went up to Hot 97. It was a little vibe out there. You know what I mean?
He was just getting interviewed or something?
He was just there. You know, his eyebrows were shaved off. He just did the video hanging the little kid and all that. And I'll be honest with you. I mean, no matter what color a kid is, you're hanging. It's not right. You know, everyone's like, "You're a white kid." Who gives, you know, whatever. Yeah. But I don't care. You know, it's just not right. So I was looking at him like, oh man, this kid, you know, whatever. But as soon as he got close to me, I don't say things like pause, man. So don't expect that. As soon as he got close, I said, yo, man, I feel it. This kid is the real deal, man. You know what I mean? And I was so happy and I felt, you know, proud of myself when he said to me, because he was a big deal that night. When he came through, everything was moving just for him. You know what I mean? Yeah. So. What?
We got it.
I think I should have said pause.
Nah. But they don't say pause.
Yeah, I mean, what the hell are you doing? Thinking of a real wild scenario in your head that makes you say pause? I ain't even thinking of the scenario. Yeah.
You think they be taking the pause game?
I be thinking that when people say something, they picture it in their head. Then they say pause. I don't picture none of that shit, man. You know what I mean? I don't know what's up with people, man. We weren't running around saying that and Staten Island anyway. I ain't mad at it. It's cool if it makes people feel straight or whatever when they say it. You know, go ahead.
But hey, you know what they saying now? You know what they saying now, Jojo?
What they saying now?
About how pause is
they saying no Diddy.
You saying no Diddy?
They saying no Diddy. Yeah.
How do you feel about the whole Diddy situation that's going on right now?
I feel like hip hop from the beginning of time has been sold out by the people that look like the people that created it. From the very beginning, when they were driving around Grandmaster Cash, it was two people that looked like they could have been his cousin that took his song and gave it to someone else. These are the sellouts of the game. See, nobody else you see in a position, whether they might be white or Jewish in the music business, they don't drive around the projects looking for artists. You know what I mean? They wouldn't even let Russell Simmons come up in the building for a meeting. He sent Leo Cohen in there talking about he was Russell Simmons. What I see is hip-hop, just like the planet Earth, hip-hop is alive. It's a live organism, bro. And when it feels threatened, and when it feels like its lifespan or its future is compromised by something, it cleanses itself the same way the planet does. Maybe not as quick. Right now, what hip hop is doing as a live organism is cleansing itself. It's cleansing itself of all the bullshit. And at the end of the day, you won't have to worry about no outside culture with bad intentions when the thing is going independent now. A lot of rappers are independent. A lot of artists are independent. They get it on their own. You know, they predict that. You know, that they what's the word? Their own fate. You know, they put it together. Their future. So it's not like you need to go run up in a record label and sign to a major label no more. You know what I mean? It's not like you need to depend on somebody from some outside culture to make you successful. Eventually, there will be people from outside cultures involved in your career and all that other stuff. But it's important as to when. You know, a lot of these rappers, you know, they know better than to trust these guys up at the record labels that don't look like them. So they put their trust in the people that look like them. But the only problem is these people don't necessarily like them. I don't know what happened growing up as a kid. You didn't seem to look so popular amongst your own people. You weren't going to school with them. You weren't doing this. You weren't doing nothing. What happened? Someone beat you up, fucked your girlfriend. You mad? You want to get back at your community by doing what you did? I don't know. But I see a lot of people doing that. And I see those people all suffering. You know, I told you before, it's the funniest thing in the world. Everyone says the big bad guy is Suge Knight. To me, that's the most incredible. To me, that's one of the illest black men that did this. If not the illest, I would have signed to him in a second. Yeah, and he was offering to fuck with me in the beginning. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, he gave me a gift. He gave me a beautiful Tupac picture, the Vibe magazine. You know, I had a wild shooting incident where a bullet came right through the wall and went right through Tupac's eyes. So now the picture that Suge Knight gave me has a bullet hole going right through Tupac's eyes. The police were in there filming it and all this. Like, yo, it's crazy. But what I'm trying to say is that Suge Knight, everyone's afraid of him. Yeah, because when you do the wrong thing, right? This guy's out here, but who else is bailing an artist that you never even heard out of jail for $16 million?
Yeah.
He got the car, you're his little homie, he wants you to have one. But if you want to play with him and act scary and be all that other shit, he might make the dogs bite you. He might punch you in the face or dunk you underwater. Now he's a bad guy. You know what I mean? But I don't know. In my opinion, he was the best, man. Yeah, because he looked out for his people.
Yep.
You know? He looked out for his people.